This story begins with a cunning thief named Diabolik, who tries to sneak into a building in the dead of night. The building belongs to Armen's Jewelry Company, where the country's most precious crown is kept. For Diabolik, the job becomes much easier, because guarding this priceless crown is only one security guard, while the rest of the guards are busy playing cards. As soon as he enters the building, Diabolik kills the lone guard and heads straight for the room where the crown is stored. But the moment he enters, the security alarm goes off, alerting the other guards. The guards rush to the room, but they cannot open the door, because Diabolik has blocked the keyhole from inside. Seeing this, they decide to blast the door open with explosives. But by the time they get in, Diabolik has already stolen the crown and escaped, soaring away on his paraglider. He lands on a moving car driven by his girlfriend, Eva. Diabolik jumps inside, and together they flee with the priceless crown. The very next evening, Armen's company organizes a grand jewelry show to display their collection to the world. To promote the event, they hire 5 supermodels who perform a dazzling dance while wearing most valuable jewels. The jewels sparkle with such beauty that everyone in the audience feels a sudden desire to own them. During the performance, police officers are stationed all around the hall to make sure Diabolik does not strike again. But before the dance ends, the entire hall is suddenly plunged into darkness. Seeing this, one of the guards quickly escorts the models into a secure room so that no one can steal the jewels in the chaos. But this secure room turns out to be the back of a truck. The officer pushes the girls inside, locks it, and drives the truck away. And here, it is revealed, the officer is none other than Diabolik himself, disguised with a policeman's mask. He tricks everyone, forces the models to remove the priceless jewels, and abandons them on a deserted road before vanishing into the night. The girls soon find their way to a nearby restaurant, hoping for help. But the moment they step inside, a man approaches and starts harassing them. Suddenly, one of the girls twists his arm with swift precision, putting him in his place. Because these are no ordinary dancers, these are undercover agents assigned to capture Diabolik. Their boss, Agent Burov, immediately calls Officer Ginko from the restaurant phone and informs him of everything. Ginko, a man who has spent half his life trying to catch Diabolik, finally hears the words he has long awaited: their plan is working, and Diabolik has fallen right into their trap. The jewels were planted with GPS trackers, ensuring that they can trace Diabolik's location straight to his hidden lair, seize all his loot, and finally arrest him. Unaware of this, Diabolik and Eva return to their secret hideout, built deep inside a mountain. They unload their stolen treasure and celebrate their success. Now, with more than enough wealth to live comfortably forever, Eva suggests they take a break, perhaps travel somewhere for a few days. But Diabolik refuses. Instead, he begins plotting his next heist. Meanwhile, Ginko and his team follow the GPS signal, which leads them to the very mountain where Diabolik's hideout is located. But when they arrive, they find only a massive rock wall blocking their way. The signal is clearly coming from inside the mountain. Ginko studies the rock carefully and orders his men to set explosives. With a thunderous blast, the rock wall shatters, revealing a narrow tunnel that leads straight into Diabolik's hideout. But Diabolik and Eva are already watching everything unfold on the CCTV cameras. Realizing the police are closing in, they abandon all their stolen loot and escape through a secret passage. When Ginko and his men storm inside, they find the place empty. But soon they discover the secret route and begin chasing after the thieves. While running, Eva's foot gets trapped between rocks. She cries out for Diabolik's help. But with Ginko approaching fast, Diabolik abandons her without hesitation and flees. Eva's heart shatters at this betrayal. Struggling desperately, she frees herself, but by then Ginko is nearly upon her. With no other choice, Eva climbs onto a cliff and leaps into the river below. Once again, both Diabolik and Eva slip through Ginko's hands. Ginko's team searches the hideout and uncovers a fortune: gold, priceless paintings, rare jewels, and treasures beyond imagination. Amidst the loot, Ginko finds an old map pointing to an abandoned building outside the city. Believing it to be Diabolik and Eva's second hideout, he immediately leads his team there. During the search, one officer accidentally opens a hidden door leading to the basement. Down below, they discover Diabolik's workshop, filled with lifelike masks and disguises used in his missions. Ginko warns his team not to touch anything. He is certain Diabolik will return here before his next heist. In the next scene, we meet Lady Altea, the Queen of Vallenberg, and Ginko's beloved. She visits him, and in the middle of their conversation, she brings up marriage. But Ginko gently refuses, telling her that until Diabolik is caught, he cannot think about marriage. Altea, knowing well that capturing Diabolik is the greatest mission of Ginko's life, chooses to stand by him and decides to wait. She invites Ginko to her party, where she plans to wear her priceless necklace, and she wants Ginko to be there so he can watch over her and the jewel. That night, Diabolik returns to his hideout and plants a microphone inside the wall to eavesdrop on the police. The officers are changing shifts, and it is Officer Roller's turn to stand guard. A short while later, Diabolik opens the basement door. Seeing him, Officer Roller fires a volley of bullets at the door, but the shots do no harm, because a thick glass wall sits between them. The gunfire alerts the other officers, who rush down to the basement. There they find Roller unconscious on the floor and discover that Diabolik has stolen the mask-making machine and fled. When Ginko learns what happened, he is furious with his teammates. While they were on duty, Diabolik slipped into the building and walked away with the machine right under their noses. The next day, Ginko's superiors call him in to plan the next mission. While they are discussing strategy, Eva calls. She offers to help the police catch Diabolik, but on one condition: she demands a guarantee of her freedom. Her terms are that all charges against her be dropped and that she be safely sent to another country. She gives them 30 minutes to decide and then ends the call. Ginko's senior officers like the offer and order him to accept it. The pressure is mounting, and they insist they must catch Diabolik at any cost. Ginko, however, refuses to trust Eva. He wants to arrest her as well. He explains a plan. When Eva calls next time, he will stall her in conversation while his team traces her location. They will then move in and arrest her. Half an hour later, when Eva calls again, Ginko keeps her engaged in conversation while a police team traces her location. They discover that she isn't calling from a secret hideout at all, but from a phone booth on the side of the road. Eva spots the approaching police and quickly slips away through an underground tunnel, vanishing before they can reach her. Ginko's plan fails yet again. Meanwhile, Officer Elena is examining the loot recovered from Diabolik's hideout. She notices something strange: one of the bracelets is missing. She immediately calls Ginko to report this. Ginko instantly realizes the truth: Eva must be wearing it. That means they can still trace her, because the bracelet is one of the jewels fitted with a GPS device. Ginko's hunch proves correct. Using the tracker, the police locate Eva. Agent Roller rushes to the spot and holds her at gunpoint. Determined to redeem himself after Diabolik knocked him out and stole the mask machine, Roller tries to make the arrest. But before he can act, Eva turns the tables. She attacks him, seizes his gun, and escapes in a police car. When Ginko arrives at the scene, he finds Roller lying on the ground, humiliated once again. Worse still, Roller has carelessly removed the bracelet from Eva's wrist, destroying their last chance to track her. The police department immediately suspends Roller from field duty. He is reassigned to assist Elena in examining Diabolik's stolen goods. Ginko, meanwhile, is reprimanded by his superiors for disobeying orders. They give him a final warning: one more mistake, and he will be removed from the case. Left with no choice, Ginko decides to work with Eva to capture Diabolik. He sends her a secret message through the newspaper. After reading it, Eva calls him, and the two agree to meet that evening. At the meeting, Eva reveals that Diabolik is desperate to recover his stolen treasure. She insists that the only way to lure him out is to spread a rumor that the police are storing all of his loot in a heavily guarded safe. Eva explains the plan: when Diabolik learns the police are moving his treasure, he will definitely come to get it back. According to the strategy, a heavily guarded bulletproof truck will be sent out to make him believe the loot is inside, while the real treasure will be hidden in an old, beat-up van that no one would suspect. Eva adds that once Diabolik chases the decoy truck, it will lead him through a tunnel. There, he will be surrounded on all sides with no chance to escape. Ginko likes the plan and immediately sets it in motion. Through an undercover agent, he spreads the rumor that the stolen treasure is being shifted to a new secure location. Later, he visits Altea and tells her he cannot attend her party that night, because that is the day he must catch Diabolik. As for her priceless necklace, Ginko assures her that his best officer will personally guard it. Finally, the day of the mission arrives. Altea summons the city's finest makeup artist to prepare her for the evening party. Meanwhile, Ginko forms a squad of special forces, fully briefed on the plan to capture Diabolik. The officers now face a critical question: who will drive the old van carrying the real loot? Roller steps forward, insisting he must do it. He wants to redeem himself, to prove that he is not a failure. Elena tries to stop him, but Roller refuses to back down. He takes the keys and claims responsibility. The treasure is loaded into the shabby van, and the mission begins. At the signal, the bulletproof truck rolls out with heavy security, while shortly afterward Roller drives off in the opposite direction with the real jewels. As the convoy enters the tunnel, disaster strikes. The exit is suddenly blocked. Thick smoke floods the entire passage, blinding the officers. Out of the haze, a mysterious figure begins walking toward the police. All the police officers pull out their guns, but as they move closer, they realize it's not a man at all, it's just a wax dummy. Meanwhile, at the party, when Altea goes to wear her necklace, she finds it missing. Her priceless jewelry has been stolen. Out on the highway, Roller takes a turn onto a deserted forest road. After a while, he steps out of his vehicle and meets Eva. And now comes the shocking reveal: Eva has disguised herself as Altea's makeup artist and stolen the precious necklace. Then Roller removes his mask, and it's revealed that he is not Roller at all, but the mastermind Diabolik. A flashback shows us that this is all part of Diabolik's plan to fool the police. On the day of the escape, he deliberately leaves Eva behind so that Ginko believes Diabolik betrayed her and begins trusting her completely. When Eva dives into the water, she actually escapes through a secret passage. Later, when Diabolik confronts Roller, he kills him and creates a mask of Roller's face to take his place. This is how Diabolik outsmarts the entire police department and manages to steal back all the loot. When Ginko learns the truth, he is devastated, because he neither caught Diabolik nor saved Altea's necklace. Meanwhile, Eva and Diabolik disappear with all the loot and begin a new life in another country. The story ends here.